And we, of course, have been following that breaking news here at 430 Cruise, giving an update on the search for that missing 6-year-old boy out of Westchester.
And the police chief just took the podium. Let's listen in.
Be here at the Mulhauser barn by 1800 hours, 6 p.m. That would be fantastic. Please, when you arrive, be prepared, dress for the weather. Boots, gloves, hats, coats. Have some sort of light source, flashlight, and if you can, bring some spare batteries. Be prepared to be out in the elements, and of course you'll need a flashlight or something that will last a couple hours. So we will have those efforts start again at 1800 hours, and we hope to see a lot of people here. Additionally, Chief Rebholz and myself have visited with the family, and the family would like for us to express their sincere thanks and gratitude for the community effort of all the volunteers that have come out to try to help find their loved one. So, Brian?
Yeah, I think that's pretty much it, Rick. They just, you know, obviously it's very difficult for the family, so for them to be able to give us a statement and let us know, you know, about the support. Obviously, they see what's going on around them and they understand all that, but they're just tremendously grateful for the outpouring of support. You know, the people, they said, we don't know any of these folks, and they all came out in their time of need. So just, yeah, an incredible message from the family.
Yeah.
So that's it. Good.
Any questions?
What time do you guys think you might go till tonight? We go through the night?
Good questions. I think our our civilian component will probably wrap up around 10, 11 o'clock. We will keep all of our public safety agencies on the ground, boots on the ground, searching throughout the night. And we will have another round starting here at the Mulhauser barn again at 8 o'clock in the morning.
Are you asking for volunteers for that group?
Yes, we are. Yes, we are.
Last night, you didn't have any surveillance video or ring video of Joshua since he got off the school bus. Has that changed today? Did you find any ring video?
No, we still don't have any ring video with him in it. No, ma'am.
What about from the school bus? Did you look at video from the school bus of him in it?
Yeah, we're pretty confident. As a matter of fact, just shoring up the description that was provided, so we got a confirmation on all of that. So the school's been fantastic.
What's the likelihood of the retention ponds possibly being drained?
Don't know the answer to that question yet. Yeah, don't know. I know you want to touch on Amber Alert.
Oh, yeah. If anybody, I think there was a question out there about an Amber Alert and whether or not an Amber Alert was provided. There was a missing persons alert that went out last night. The Amber Alert is for, you know, for an abduction and things of that nature. So, and we just weren't there for that. But that the missing persons alert did go out last night. As a matter of fact, I had focused on a bunch of the folks that I came in contact with overnight. And a lot of those folks that I ran into came out as a result of that missing persons alert.
Does that go out just in the township or regionally or countywide? Like, how does that?
Yeah, we can set that on a zone, and that was set out on a 4-mile radius. So it was, I can't remember the number. It was 600,000 or 800,000 phones that were actually hit by that.
Yeah, about 500,000 phones. Yeah.
This search in these water, you talked about how difficult it is, how murky those water is. They're not huge, you know, lakes or ponds or whatever, but what's your level of confidence once you get done with the sonar, the search, the divers? What's your level of confidence that you've cleared that lake and it's no longer a possibility of where he might be?
It's difficult to put a number on that, Brian. You know, we trust in those crews and their knowledge and their expertise and their training, and especially the technology that they have. And when they tell us that pond or lake is clear, we take them at their value. But that doesn't mean we're not going to double check.
It's hard to get to
potentially
100%
triple check.
Something like
Correct. And that's why there's so much redundancy built into the plan to double back and double check and triple check these features.
Okay. Thank you very much, folks. Again, we appreciate it.
So you've been listening in there to the fire chief as well as the police chief in Westchester, where they are desperately searching for a 6-year-old little boy, Joshua Al-Latif Jr. Since he left his Windtree apartment, this was last night around 5:30, he has been missing. Of course, major concern because it is so cold out there right now. He's only 6 years old. He has autism, and there's a concern that he was drawn to water. And by the way, there are 8 ponds in that area. They have searched 2 of them, but you heard them talking about how difficult it is. The big information that they just went over, if you tuned in late, is they're asking for volunteers to come out tonight at 6 o'clock. It's right there in that area in Westchester near the Windtree Apartments. They're asking for volunteers to help in this search.
Of course, earlier they were asking volunteers to be able to pair up since it is dark out there and cold, and the conditions are a little murky right now. But again, this is Joshua Al-Latif here, 6 years old on your screen. He was last seen wearing a tan shirt, tan pants, a jacket, and New Balance shoes. His parents say that he was last seen yesterday around 5:30, and we will have much more updates as we get them into our newsroom here on WLWT and WLWT News 5. All right, now